Welcome to the magical, mystical, and vaguely manipulated world of the marketing mix, also known as how brands make you buy stuff you don't need with money that you don't have for validation you'll never get. Today we're diving headfirst into the four classic spells of consumer enchantment. Marketing History Sidebar. Neil Borden, Harvard advertising professor and certified acronym enjoyer, first cooked up the term marketing mix back in the 50s, around the same time America decided sugar was a food group. His 1964 article, The Concept of the Marketing Mix, laid the groundwork for modern marketing like how Trump laid the groundwork for Carney's 2025 win. Edmund Jerome McCarthy, marketing professor and Michigan State legend, took Borden's sprawling buffet of ideas and distilled it down into a four-course meal: product, price, place, promotion. Clean, digestible, and MBA approved. McCarthy's basic marketing, a managerial approach, took this concept mainstream, and just like that, the four P's became canon lore. Product. The marketing mix begins with P, which stands for product. What are you selling? A good, a service, a digital PDF on how to be an alpha male? Doesn't matter. The product is whatever you're packaging and pitching to meet a consumer need, or a need you invented. Your core offering, so to speak, the thing you dangle in front of consumers like a carrot strapped to a Ferrari. And like humans, products have a life cycle. They're born, they grow, they peak, and eventually, like an early 2000 pop punk band, they fade into obscurity. The product life cycle doesn't exist in a vacuum. It decides how the rest of the marketing mix works. Got a newborn product? You better swaddle it with niche advertising and whisper to VCs that it's going to disrupt something. Got a product in decline? Time to slap on a retro logo and pretend it's vintage. And the type of product you're working with, well, that's the marketing equivalent of picking a starting class in Elden Ring. Shapes your entire journey. Selling a mass market hoodie is not the same as selling a self-cleaning litter box for rich cats with IBS. They both have their place on Instagram. Products are the beginning. The world's most successful products, a lot of them weren't just good, but were first. Being first doesn't just mean being new. It means being undeniable. Take Dyson. Before they came along, vacuums were just noisy beige boxes that smelled vaguely like dog hair. You didn't show off your vacuum, you hid it in the closet like your uncle's weird 1940s World War II memorabilia. Then Dyson rolled up like, what if we made a vacuum so sleek it looks like a prop from Blade Runner, and priced it like a luxury handbag? Suddenly, you weren't vacuuming, you were engaging in precision-engineered cyclone technology. Dyson didn't invent the vacuum, they just made people want one. Now they're not just in vacuums. They're in hair dryers, air purifiers, and I can't think of anything else, truthfully. But the important part is that people are still buying, because Dyson doesn't sell cleaning tools. They sell performance art for your home. In 2022, they pulled in over $7.3 billion in revenue. That's a lot of money for a company built on the premise sucking, but in a classy way. The second P stands for price. Price isn't just a number, it's a vibe. It's the difference between, wow, what a deal, and this is probably a money laundering front. Setting a price means threading a needle between value, cost, and vibes. You want your price to reflect the product's actual utility, its perceived luxury, and whatever psychological tricks you can throw in to make people think $19.99 is way cheaper than $20. Wake up, sheeple. Literally 1 cent. Don't get fooled. Price too high? You alienate a large market share. Price too low? You look desperate. Price it just right, and suddenly you're Chanel No. 5 or Dollar Shave Club, depending on your target market. Sometimes brands inflate prices not because the product is expensive, but because it's aspirational. You're not just buying a shirt, you're buying status, exclusivity, and the right to flex on your ex. Other times, businesses lower the price so more people will give it a shot, like a free sample, but with your dignity still attached. Take Supreme, for instance. The brand that turned a $30 t-shirt into a statement piece that screams, I stood in line for this and that makes me better than you. Their pricing model isn't based on cost of materials, it's based on clout per square inch. Supreme operates on a drop model. Tiny amounts of product released at random intervals like fashion Easter eggs. And that, artificial scarcity, that's not just supply chain chaos, it's intentional. It turns every item into a collectible, even if it's literally a brick. Yes, they sold a Supreme brick, and it's sold out. Supreme doesn't sell shirts, they sell status. That $98 hoodie isn't priced high because it's expensive to make. It's priced high because you wanted more when someone else can't have it. That's not fashion, that's psychological warfare with the logo. But guess what? We haven't even touched upon the resale market. There's a secondary economy that rivals actual currencies. In 2017, Supreme sold a partial stake to the Carlyle Group. Yeah, the same people who invest in defense contractors, because apparently streetwear is a geopolitical asset now. Third P stands for place. Place is about where the product lives, physically, digitally, and emotionally. It's the difference between your product getting discovered by cool teens on Instagram or collecting dust next to expired protein powder in a gas station mini-mart. If your product is fancy, don't put it in Walmart. That's like serving caviar in a school cafeteria. You don't put a $300 luxury face cream next to off-brand dish soap at Dollarama. You place that thing somewhere aspirational like Sephora, where everything smells like rose water and self-esteem. Or Neiman Marcus, where even the mannequins look judgmental. Placement isn't just where you sell, it's about where you show up in people's brains. It's advertising real estate. If you're selling beard oil for tech bros with Viking tattoos, don't run your ad during The View or RuPaul's Drag Race. You need to be on Joe Rogan, Twitch streams, and sandwiched between YouTube videos titled How to Build a Crypto Empire for Sigma Male Traders. The last P is for promotion. Hype, illusion, and the art of making you think you need it. The loudest, flashiest, and thirstiest part of the marketing mix is promotion. It's where we whisper in your ear, hey, you deserve this. You should treat yourself queen/king/non-binary monarch. Even though what you deserve is apparently a juicer that can only juice if you connect it to your phone, and only works with custom prepackaged ingredients. I won't name names, but I think we all know what company I'm talking about. Promotion includes ads, PR stunts, influencer deals, media strategy, memes, product placements, TikTok dances, and honestly whatever you want. At this point, you can go outside and start screaming your company's name, and the news will report how it's a really direct marketing strategy that 10x's your ROI while leveraging KPIs. It's disgusting stuff. Promotion is all about communicating why your product matters, and why it matters right now. Smart marketers tie promotion to place to make sure they're hitting the right people in the right moment. Like, what's the point of your perfect $200 headphone ad if it runs on a website for deaf people? You might think I'm being offensive, but genuinely it can happen if you try to market yourself without knowing what the hell you're doing, and just paying for Google ad space without any care in the world for your target market. Promotion today is 50% content, 50% timing, and 100% vibe management. And when it hits, oh baby, does it hit. Just ask Old Spice. Back in the day, it was your grandfather's deodorant. The stuff that smelled like mahogany, war stories, and unresolved emotional trauma. It was fading fast, sitting on drugstore shelves like a forgotten relic. Then came 2010. Boom. The Smell Like a Man campaign drops like a cologne-soaked meteor. A shirtless Isaiah Mustafa rides a horse, bakes a cake, skydives into a hot tub, all while delivering a perfect deadpan about how you could smell like adventure if you just stopped using body spray that makes you smell like a middle school locker room. The campaign wasn't just funny. It was viral before viral was a strategy. Sales skyrocketed, bringing Old Spice from retirement homes to meme royalty. They didn't change the formula, they changed the vibe. And that's the power of good promotion. You're not selling the thing, you're selling the idea of the thing, the story, the self-image, the aesthetic. And if you do it right, the customer will come to you, credit card in hand, screaming, "Shut up and take my money." And so with that, this has been the 4 Ps of marketing. If you like this video, subscribe and like to my channel so I can lose my money in very shitty crypto trades. Thank you. Bye.